So, I have not posted anything in a very long time because I was posting pretty regularly about my garden and how excited I was for the season. And we had ox and herbicide contaminated compost that we purchased, filled all of our garden beds with. It killed everything, so it was a wash. I just let everything grow up in there, and we're going to cut it all down when it dies. So, but this is a new problem that I am. My husband said that he thinks I need to tell people about, when you move on to a homestead and you're planning on expanding a farm and doing all of these things, and then things don't work out. So what's happening is, on top of having a dead garden this year, my chickens are quite happy still though. They're just meandering around. Aside from the garden being completely awash this year, it's going to be a wash for foreseeable future probably, because we have mold, a pretty substantial mold problem inside of our house that we have. We knew something was happening around, I want to say it was late June, but I don't remember exactly. It was sometime over the summer. We started noticing a spot on our ceiling, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure that's mold. And then it got a little bit bigger, and so I tried to clean it and paint over it with Kills, and so that's what I did. And then a couple weeks ago, I started getting sick all the time. I was having, my nose was stuffed up every day when I was home, but I noticed that I felt better when I'd leave for several hours. Like if I went out for the day with my mom, I didn't have a stuffy nose. And so, I came to that realization that there's something going on. So I'm like, I think it's my house. And then I was like, well, what caused me to get sick in my house other than mold? And so I started, oh yeah, I have a little peeplet over there, which I'm surprised it's not looking for Mama, but whatever. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So then we ended up figuring out that there's a mold in our bathroom wall, and then today, yesterday, I guess, I had to go with my mom to a house that she's trying to sell where she had a day bed, and go drive 2 hours to go pick that up so that I had something to sleep on in her house, because I can't stay in this house. I was getting sick every single day. Couldn't breathe out of my nose. It was getting harder to breathe in general. I was just feeling really terrible. And when we found the mold in the bathroom, I was like, okay. And I've lived in this house for 4 years, and I've looked at some of these issues, and I think that this has been here the whole time I've lived here. So that sucks. But I also was doing some reading, and so my house is a double wide, mobile home trailer, whatever, from the 90s. I believe it's either 94 or 96. And it has a cathedral ceiling, so it has a gabled roof, and it's the highest point of the ceiling is in the middle. And I didn't know this, but I started doing some reading, and apparently apparently trailers and mobile homes are notorious for getting mold, period. But apparently these particular brand from the 90s and early 2000s that had the slope ceilings, the cathedral ceilings, they apparently are really, really bad. They always get mold, apparently. And I'm experiencing that. It's bad. We found it in my bedroom wall, a different wall from the wall where the bathroom is. And it's inside the walls, and it's inside both of those walls, and to the point where it's breaking down the wall. And so I am pretty sure, I don't know, I haven't talked to any specialists yet, but I've been reading a lot of stuff. I joined a Facebook group that's about, people having mold in their house and remediation and all of those sorts of things. And I'm pretty certain I'm just screwed. I'm pretty sure, because I don't have any money. And most of the time, mold remediation is not covered by insurance. And I know it's not covered by our insurance, because we just switched insurance policies recently, and I read over the whole thing a couple months ago. So I know it's not covered. And from my understanding, if you have to tear out all your walls and everything, especially if it's more than like one room, which I suspect it probably is, you're looking at thousands and thousands of dollars, like 20, 30, possibly more than that, $1,000. And it's not worth it. A, I don't have the money. B, and I can't stay here. So I'm more than likely going to have to sell my property. Obviously, it's going to be at a loss because I can't remediate the mold issue, so I'm going to have to sell it as is. And the only saving grace I have is that I have like 10 acres here, and so like that'll be worth something if somebody wants the acreage, but the house is going to be completely uninhabitable, I think. And I'm just frustrated because now I'm trying to figure out what to do. You know, I have all these chickens that we're looking at right now, and they free range our property all the time. Now, I know that I can have their coop. It's a shed that I purchased. I know the person that I purchased it from told me that they would move it for me anytime if I called them. So I may end up doing that. We may end up leaving it and purchasing a smaller coop or something. I don't know what the plan is. The chickens, the thing is like, in the meantime, we can still come over here. Like, we're staying at my parents' house, and I praise God that I have my family and that they have somewhere for me to stay, because I don't know what I would do otherwise. But, this is devastating. I don't know. And I've been reading all this stuff, and I don't know what to think. And people are saying that you should probably throw away like everything that you own. And I'm just like, I can't throw away everything that I own. I don't have money. I can't start. I don't even know what we're going to do. Like, if we have to sell this place, okay, then I'm going to be living with my parents until either we can find another place. But the way the housing market is, everything is like, when we purchased this place, the housing market was a lot different. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then if we move our chickens, my parents are going to have to let me move them to their property. I mean, they have 45 acres. They have room, but it's not my call to make because it's not my property. And so I don't know. It's devastating. And I just, my husband basically said, you should talk about this because people should be aware of the fact that you can homestead and you can set things up and you can think things are going to go and you can put yourself in a good position because we are, generally speaking, other than this, we've been in a pretty good position in terms of like, yeah, we don't have a lot of money, but we don't have like a lot of debt and we are in a good like place with that. But with this, I'm not willing to go into $20, $30, something $1,000 worth of debt. Hold on a second. Are you getting in my car? Chicken. No, you're just scratching right next to it. I thought she was getting in here with all these bags. So yeah, so this is another thing I've been doing that I haven't mentioned because I haven't been on here, but I'm trying to start like a crochet boutique sort of thing and do like craft fairs around here because there's a lot of craft fairs around here, and I've been really enjoying crocheting, and I've been crocheting a lot of stuff, but I have all of this yarn and I do not want to leave it in this house. So I'm taking it out because I need it, and I need this to like work out for me. So I don't know. So I have all my yarn and my crochet stuff, and the garden is this because we just let it grow. I wanted all the weeds to help pull the oxen herbicides out of the soil, but my garden is just gone basically. I mean, I might take the cattle panels and the T-post out of it, but I can't. I'm not about to try and like take these beds apart and move them. So that's just gonna have to stay here. Maybe that'll be a selling point for people. I don't know. But we're in a predicament. We're in a pickle, and I don't really know what my future is gonna look like. Because we were talking about getting goats soon. We were getting ready to start building a goat pen. And after October. So basically what we were going to do is, this month has been pretty busy. September, we have a lot of stuff going on. So we were going to take this month, you know, kind of do the stuff. October, we were going to work on getting like the garden pulled out, everything cleaned up out here. And then we were going to start on like building the goat pen, and like if we need to do any other further remediation to the soil out here, we were going to do that. And all of that is just done for now. Like none of that even matters because I can't stay in my house. I probably shouldn't even be in it like today, but we came back over here because we needed to get some stuff. Like we have nothing to wear, so I needed to bring clothes, and people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't keep your clothes." I just don't know. I don't know if this is like, okay, the mold spores thing on your stuff. I don't know if this is just for people that are like hypersensitive, or if this is like problematic for another reason. I'm not really certain what the issue there is. So, I don't know. Is she still over here? Oh, yeah, she is. I'm getting the shade here because it's kind of warm. Hi, chicken. There she goes. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm devastated. I just really figured out a few days ago that this is mold related because I didn't see it until I really, 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 really started looking for it. And the place we found it today in the bedroom. So there's a place on the wall, and you know, this is, again, it's a mobile home. So they have places on the wall where like they usually tack those strips on, like the cheaper ones anyway are like that. I think all the older ones are like that. And the strip was gone, but there's kind of like a rough crack sort of looking thing on the, oh my goodness, I don't know what that was. There's kind of like a sort of rough crack looking thing running down the wall, but it's been there since we moved in. And when we moved in, we pushed on it, we touched it, we looked at it, we thought, okay, it's probably fine. It's just where that strip thing used to be. No, it's mold because I was folding the laundry, trying to get all of our laundry kind of sorted and organized so that if I have to pack it up, I can pack up our clothes. And next to my dresser, where I put clothes away all the time, by the way, mind you, the wall was cracked open, and there is black looking mold. I don't know if it's the, what do they call it, Stachy, I can't remember how it's pronounced. I don't know, the black mold, toxic black mold that everybody talks about. I don't know if it's that kind of mold, but it's black in color, and it looks gross, and it looks like it's filling the whole freaking wall, at least from what I can see, and I am just devastated. Part of the reason I'm standing here talking to you is because I don't want to be in the house. And I breathe better out here, and I feel better when I'm not in there, and I can't believe this is happening to me. It's devastating. That is the only word that I can really use. And I don't know what's going to happen. When we speak to some people, because I'm going to get on the phone tomorrow, and we're going to be calling all kinds of God and everybody to get somebody out here to figure out how extensive the issue is. Because if it is in like every wall of my house, or if it's in like more than just the bedroom, I know it's in more than just the bedroom because the ceiling spot was in the living room. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's terrible. And it's frustrating because it's frustrating for a number of reasons. One, it's the ultimate freaking irony because I have been on this like journey recently. Let's say it's a journey of trying to like really remove toxic stuff from my life. So this kind of all started with plastic, and I've been doing that for a while. Like I haven't had plastic in my kitchen since before. Well, when I moved in this house, I detoxed my kitchen of plastic, other than like some single-use plastic baggies, because I have a really hard time getting rid of those. But other than that, like all my utensils, all my plates, dishes, everything, none of that is plastic. So I don't have any plastic dishes. I need to shut this car door really quickly. Hold on. So I did that, and then I removed all fragrance and stuff from like my house, and I got rid of all of my candles and all of that kind of thing and all this stuff. And I've just been making that move, and then recently I've been trying to start working on my wardrobe, by buying stuff at the thrift store for cheap, and because I don't have money. And so the only way that you can do things quickly with removing toxins is with money. So the ultimate irony is that I have been doing all of that, and now the whole time I've been living in this super toxic environment that's making me sick. So that's freaking frustrating. And then I don't even know what else I was going to say. I mean, it's so bad. It's so bad. And the other night I was talking to my husband when it really sunk in how bad this actually was, or could be, which probably is. I told my husband, I said, I was crying, and I was talking to him, and I said, I will not let myself be defeated by fungus. Which was pretty funny. We were laughing about it because I said that, but I will not let myself be defeated by fungus. I will not let it take away my desire to have this life, this homestead life. And it may look different, and I may get pushed back, and I may have to wait, and I may never get to where I want to be, and I may never have what I have now again. I don't know. But I'm going to do my best to keep pushing towards my dreams, because I can't bear the thought of giving up on everything that I want, especially when it took me so long to figure out what I wanted for my life anyway. And I mean, we're going to get real deep here because I haven't really talked about this, but I have infertility. I'm 35 years old. I've never been pregnant. That was my original dream, was to be a mother. I wanted to have children. And, I still want that, but I am rapidly approaching the end of my timeline, biologically, for that to be even possible. And, again, like I said, I don't have any money, so I was seeking fertility treatment, and then everything financially just kind of started going downhill, and it wasn't feasible anymore, and there was some health stuff, and so that was my original dream. That was my OG dream. That's what I wanted, and I still haven't really fully accepted that it's not going to happen, but because I'm not okay with it not happening, but I'm trying to be okay. And then it took me a really long time to find my farm dream, my homestead dream, because it's a really hard thing to explain to people. I mean, I think in some ways a lot of people can understand if you have something that is super important to you, like family, having children, and you do everything that you can to make that happen, and it just doesn't happen, and you keep trying, and you want it more than anything, and you know that it's a worthy dream, and it still doesn't happen for you. It's hard to want other things after that. I'm trying not to cry, but it's hard. It's hard not to want, or it's hard to want other things after that, because it's so painful that you can't make the dream happen. So why dream for other things? And I felt like I had gotten past that with my farm dreams. And I have my chickens, and I have this land right now, and I'm so grateful for it. And we could theoretically tear down the house and stuff, but we would have to go into massive debt. And one of my goals in everything is to be self-sustaining, self-sufficient, and not be in massive amounts of debt. And so, short of like I said, I can't really do anything unless we sell this place, because we don't have any financial capability we have is tied up in this place. So I couldn't even buy a camper or something to live in, because my neighbors have campers. They were going to build a house, and then in 2020 when all the building material stuff skyrocketed, they backed off that idea, and so they built their garage and they have a camper, but they come down and hang out, but they don't stay here all the time. And I don't know where to go from here. And like, I don't know if we're gonna look for more land. I don't know if we're gonna try to figure out, like, if we have to sell. We don't know yet. I'll have more information hopefully in this next week. But I'm pretty sure with the research that I have done and how much I have seen in my house, that I'm pretty sure we are gonna have to let it go because we don't have the money to remediate a big problem. So yeah, I don't know. I want things to work out for once, you know? I'm so tired in my life of things like this, just big devastating things happening, crushing things. Like, you know, my dad got this super rare cancer that is incurable, and you know, he's struggling with this all the time, and then he got necrotizing fasciitis last December and almost died. Thank the Lord, praise the Lord that he did not die, because all the doctors that we spoke to about necrotizing fasciitis basically said that he should be dead. That we caught it really, really fast because it kills people really, really fast. And so that happened, and at that same time, somebody else that I used to take care of in my old job died, that I had known him my whole life. And my cat died, and that was all within like a month, less than a month. And that was around the time that Whiskey was diagnosed with EPI as well, so I was scared for my dog's life too at that point because I didn't know what was going on. It was just a devastating time. And then, you know, all of that happened. It's devastating. And this is devastating. And prior to this house, I owned a home where my basement, I was lied to by the people that were, I think it was like I don't remember exactly who was all involved, but I was lied to by my realtor and I think the lender about the fact that the house had a foundation issue. And I found out about it maybe 6 months to a year of living there. And we spoke to a foundation repair guy, and he was like, the first guy we talked to, he was mad. He was pissed off for us because we were young. We were 20. I think I bought my house when I was 21 or 22, my first house. So I bought that house. That guy was pissed because he knew he had been taken, basically. And he told us to contact a lawyer. So we contacted a lawyer, and the lawyer basically told us, you would be better off just fixing it because you're going to pay in court fees what it costs you to fix the foundation anyway by fighting this. And even if they agree to fix it, they're not going to pay your court fees. So I was like, great. So I had to repair my foundation and take out a massive loan, which luckily I could do because I have good credit, because I don't want to have debt if I don't have to, but I had a massive loan. And I did have, you know, we had a windfall, an inheritance that happened that let me pay that off and let us buy this place. And that is the biggest blessing that I have had. But when I sold that house, because it was so devastating to move into a house, and basically, I mean, it was so bad that we had like a waterfall coming into our basement when it would rain really hard. Like a waterfall. Like I was afraid the basement was going to cave in. Like it was pretty close to being like condemnable, I think. And we had that fixed and just, you know, lived there for another several years. And then we moved here, and when we moved, we had to take a huge cut on the sale of our house because they claimed that the foundation issue wasn't finished, and I didn't even care. I'm pretty sure they were bullshitting me, but I didn't care. I was like, take it from me. I can't deal with this anymore. So I have had 2 houses now with devastating issues. This is worse, I think, than the foundation, because at least in the foundation you can still live in the house. I can't live in my house. I might have to throw away everything I own. I hope that doesn't come to that. I hope I don't have to throw away everything I own, because I don't know what I'm going to do if I have to throw away everything I own. But if it comes to that, it comes to that, I guess. Anyway, I've rambled about this enough. I just, my husband basically said, sometimes things happen that take away your goals and dreams, and it sucks, but it is a reality, and I am going to do my best to try and find a way forward to where I can keep my chickens and can keep my farm dream and not have to give up absolutely everything, because I'm going to have to give up basically everything that I have, which is just, like I said, it's devastating. But I'll be okay, because I really do believe, even though it doesn't feel like it right now, I really do believe that God provides. I really do believe that, even though it doesn't feel like it right now. So, anyway, I will probably clip this with some other stuff in the future of me, like, getting more information about the house, but I just wanted to explain what's been going on and some of the reasons. I went absent because my garden was just dead for the year, and I just lost all motivation I had for making content, because short of my garden right now, the only thing I have homestead related, other than like just making bread and stuff, is like my chickens. That's another thing. I have a sourdough starter, and I don't know if I should keep it because of the mold. I mean, it's not moldy. It's actually great, but I don't know if I should keep the sourdough starter, or if I should start it over and make a new one. I love my starter though, because it's really, really robust. I've been working on it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Bye.